Glad you came by. Things are getting really exciting. Oh my goodness. So the trade station is flooding. There are no subs. How are they going to get away? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to reread just a little bit from yesterday to kind of get you back to where you were. Let me see. Jumping to my feet, I yelled, "Be right back." I dove into the churning water despite my parents' shouts of protest. With the icy water waking my senses, I swam down to the moon pool and out into the ocean, sending a series of clicks far and wide. Agitated clicks, a perfect imitation of a dolphin's distress cry. And it was answered, as I knew it would be. I shot back inside the station and surfaced with a splash. I flagged us a ride. What do you? Pa's words rolled off when a dolphin popped up next to me. More dolphins appeared, zipping across the flooded room, clicking excitedly. Ma looked as if she didn't recognize me. Trust me, I said. Shaken, she nodded. Then suddenly she laughed. Tell us what to do. She sounded as excited as Zoe after her first whale ride. Just hold on tight, I said. Who wants to go first? I do. Zoe's hand shot up. Pa pushed her hand back down. You'll go with me. That big one should be able to handle both of us. Jibby volunteered to be first. When he jumped in, I guided him onto a dolphin. See you topside, glow stick, he said, smiling nervously. You'll be fine, I assured him. Just let this guy do all the work, I said, giving the dolphin a pat. With his arms around its dorsal fin, Jibby inhaled deeply and the dolphin dove for the moon pool. One after another, the others did the same while Hewitt counted down the seconds until the surface deck disengaged. You have 19 seconds to get out of here, he warned me just before his dolphin dove under the water. Gemma and I were the only ones left, along with half a dozen dolphins. As she slipped into the water, her whole body trembled. The topside has never looked so good, has it? She said through chattering teeth. No matter what, don't let go. She hitched her arm around the nearest dolphin's dorsal fin. If I'm still alive after this, promise you'll teach me how to swim? You got it. I wanted to kiss her for luck. Ew. But my lips were numb. Surface deck disengaging in 5 seconds, the female voice announced out of the blue. Thanks for the heads up, I said, which made Gemma smile. 4, 3. The computer voice quivered as the lower station shuddered. See you at the surface. I chose the biggest dolphin left and took hold of its fin. Gemma gave a scared little laugh and then inhaled deeply. Together, our dolphins dove and exited through the moon pool. Side by side, we rode upward, following the curve of the lower station until we reached the elevator cable at the top. I directed my dolphin to the outside position. The dolphins, without riders, shot past us, heading for the surface. I cast out clicks as we climbed the water column. Nothing registered below us except the tremendous mass of the lower station. Clicking to the left again, I received no worrisome signal back. But when I sent clicks upwards, what I saw in my mind's eye made no sense. Something clung to the elevator cable about 50 feet above us. No, not something, someone. Had a settler fallen off his dolphin? Before I had a chance to pull ahead to investigate, the person launched himself from the elevator cable towards us, arms flailing. The man plunged into view, red face and eyes popping. Doc. A second later, he crashed into Gemma, breaking her grip on her dolphin's fin. As she slid down its back, her hands scrambled for a hold. My dolphin continued powering toward the surface as I reached back furtively, holding on to Gemma's hand, out for Gemma's hand, who was just a blur. The bubbles from her struggles blinded my sonar. All I could see were the dropping silhouettes against the massive glowing trade station far below. As Gemma slid past her dolphin's pumping tail, its flukes knocked her in the gut. Grab on! I screamed inside my head, and she did. Wrapping both arms around the dolphin's tail, she held on tight. Doc tumbled past, swiping at her, and managed to snag her foot. He clawed his way up her leg, hand over fist. Gemma kicked and writhed, trying to free herself of his weight. Bubbles erupted from her throat. Her dolphin struggled to pump its tail, while my dolphin climbed higher and higher, leaving them far below. I tried to turn it around with a tug. I tried clicking, but he didn't slow his ascent. Suddenly, another dolphin shot past. Gemma's, without its rider. Twisting back, I threw my sonar net and saw her plummeting with Doc still clinging to her, her mouth open in a silent scream. I let go of my dolphin and dropped toward the sinking station. But falling wouldn't take me down fast enough, not when I was racing against Gemma and Doc's combined weight. With a somersault, I swam downward, following their bubble trail. The water was so cold, my body ached. My dolphin passed me, heading downward, too. I was slower and dizzy from holding my breath for so long. I searched the water below, throwing out a net of clicks, and sensed my dolphin struggling to push something upward. I stroked down to meet it, my ears popping. It was Gemma, rolling like a rag doll off the dolphin's nose. I reached out and caught her wrist. With my other hand, I took hold of the dolphin's fin once more. Lungs burning, I glanced back at her as the dolphin raced upward. Her face was down, but the way her other hand fluttered behind her unsettled me. So I refocused my attention on the faint traces of light in the water above. Finally, our dolphin crashed through the surface. As a wave carried us upward, a cheer broke out along the docking ring, and the settlers dissolved into whoops, handshakes, and high fives. Too exhausted to swim, I let the dolphin pull me onto the ring. Gemma didn't struggle when I twisted her onto her back. Her arms and legs swayed like seaweed in a current. Pa and Lars plunged into the water, standing waist deep on the submerged step that ran around the docking platform. Together they hauled Gemma out of the water and onto the deck. Ma gave me a hand while Cheryl stood by with blankets from the lounge. I collapsed next to Gemma, groaning as my broken ribs hit the hard deck. My teeth chattered and my body shook. Weirdly, she didn't seem to feel the cold at all. She didn't tremble or roll into a ball. Oh, is she gonna make it? We don't know. This is like that climactic moment that I've told you guys about where you have this, it can go one way or the other. Is she gonna live? Is she not? I don't know. We only have a few pages left. Hopefully, we'll get it done this week sometime. Anyway, have a super afternoon. Be kind to one another. I'll see you next time.